Man, this episode 10 is being brought to you by Scuf Gaming. If you're tired of dying, if you're tired of the sweats pulling up, sliding, drop shotting on you, go get you one of these, man. Scuf Gaming, PS5, Reflex, man. Shout out to Scuf Gaming for looking out for us. This drop shot dot right there.
If you want to be elite, the elite of the elite in the field. I know y'all like a lot of y'all like to play Resurgence and die fast. We call that the gulag saver.
Well, hey, KD saver, man. If you're trying to save your KD, man, you need one of these.
So if you want a nickname like Drop Shot Dot, get you a Scuf. Get right. Shout out to Scuf Gaming, man. This episode 10 is brought to you by Scuf Gaming. Shout out to Scuf. Sir, man.
Yes, sir.
Nice, how we looking? We good?
Yes, sir, baby. That's the word.
Your perspective back in the man.
In here.
Long time coming.
Yup. Episode 10. My bad, nice. We having a little technical difficulties.
You want to start out? We start out.
Nah, we ain't one monkey don't stop the show. I'm in the dough, man. We here. It's episode 10. We back again. Man, we got a very special guest in the building. Man, well, first of all, we want to give, the whole point of this is to be informative.
Be informative.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure we're on here teaching, and we got somebody in the building today that's going to really help us out. Chat, we need you to stay locked in. Make sure you're following, making sure you're liking, make sure you're subscribing.
Make sure you listening.
Make sure you're listening.
Listen first.
Yes, sir, man. With that being said, no further ado, we got my mans in the building, man. UofH alum. Mo City alum.
Yeah.
I'm repping for the Mo.
Hey,
Niggas
I'm talking
know
about,
me.
hey, look, right before house, the first time.
Why you don't say right before win?
Right before house, not right before, because you ain't go to state,
Why
win.
you don't say right before
You ain't
win?
go to state, win. I'm
know
talking
what I'm saying?
about right before house went to state.
Yeah.
Lanny Smith.
Mo
twice,
City alum.
back to back.
Hightower alum.
Lanny Smith in the building, man. Y'all show love.
Yes, sir.
Actively back.
Actively faith.
Active faith.
Yes,
all
sir.
that. Lenny, appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Yes,
you
sir.
for pulling up, baby. No, it is.
Yes, sir, man.
Man, what's up, bro?
Man, happy to be in the H, man. Happy to be home for a few days, man. But man, thank y'all for having me, man.
Man, no problem,
Appreciate you
bro.
pulling
Man, I
up.
appreciate you pulling up, man. I don't know how we got you from Paris. I don't know how we got that boy to pull up right after Paris.
That boy took a PJ and pulled up. Now
He fly right here.
Yeah.
He say, look, I'm gonna leave the Olympics and I'm gonna come right to the
Yeah.
H and fuck with your perspective.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.
Man, this is home, you know what I'm saying? And first and foremost, man, I've been seeing what y'all been doing. I've been peeping the podcast, and man, I love it, man. You know, all the youngins, man, that I've watched grow up. Joe, I've seen all. So I've been watching y'all, man. So I want to say I'm proud of y'all, man, for what y'all doing. So I appreciate it, man.
So, you know what I mean, here on Your Perspective, bro, we like to bring in the older guys, you know what I mean, give them their flowers from Houston. We tend to forget about it. So we here bringing it back and trying to, you know what I mean, give them their flowers. Hey, bro, this is Lanny Smith. You know what I mean? We had Joe, we had D. Gill, we had House. You know what I mean? Y'all need to know
Who
about
these people
Houston.
are. Yeah.
Young guys at home, growing up, coming
your
up,
research.
doing you hooping in the city. You need to know who these people is. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you for pulling up, man. I just want to give you your flowers right now while you're here. You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
that.
And like you said,
I
bro, we
feel
can pop it
bad
off.
because everybody know I look at myself as a historian.
Yeah.
I didn't know my mans went to Hightower. I didn't know he graduated from Hightower, man. It's Mo City connection.
Mo City, man.
It's a lot of live hoop. Really, I'm going to just say it. Really, all the livest hoopers come from the Mo. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just go ahead and pop it off and
he's
say
sitting
it.
next to one of the livest niggas in Houston.
I'm just saying, though, like, when you really cut it down and slice it up and look at it, you're like, oh, damn, all the cold niggas really from the Mo.
Daniel Ewing.
You know what I'm saying? TJ Ford,
you know what
my
I'm
man
saying?
Lanny Smith,
Come on.
Win,
Come
House.
on.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of live niggas from the Mo.
Yeah.
And with that being said, though, we're going to get serious with it, man. You know what I'm saying? You just got back from the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? That's a once in a lifetime experience, man. Obviously I never been to the Olympics.
Me neither, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So give us some little tidbits, man. How was that? What was the experience like being around the greatest athletes in every sport? Not just what we know as hooping, but swimmers, track.
Nah, that's one of the craziest things. I remember I was walking through the Olympic Village and we got to go in the gym, like where they working out, and you go in there and you realize, man, this ain't no Lifetime Fitness. You know what I'm saying? Like these athletes that's working out are the best in the entire world at whatever it is that they do. You know what I'm saying? And so that was it was such a dope experience, man. It still hasn't all the way hit me what we just did. You know, to see the Actively Black logo on athletes who are competing next to that Nike logo, next to Adidas, next to Puma, next to billion-dollar brands, you know what I'm saying?
Now, let me stop you right
budgets.
there, chat. In case y'all don't know, this is the owner, the CEO of Actively Black. Man, when that's nothing lightly, we're not gonna take that lightly, man, because that's a major accomplishment, especially for us young black men.
Right out the H.
You can be more than a hooper or a rapper.
Right out the H. Right
Hey,
out
you can
the
be
H.
much more than that, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to cut you off,
Nah.
but chat, we need to know and let y'all know that, you know what I'm saying, this, I don't know who you think you're looking at or talking to, but this the owner.
The owner.
Actively Black. You know what I'm saying? My
This
man's
who
got
making
his-
a call.
Yeah.
This
so,
who making the call.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure they know that.
Nah, I appreciate that, man, and that's really one of the most important messages that I always try to share is that we can be more than just hoopers. You know, we were having this conversation off camera. A lot of times when we growing up, we thinking that's the only way we can make it to be successful, to provide for our families. And the unfortunate truth of the matter is it's still a lottery ticket chance. You know, you're talking about the NBA where there's 450 jobs and they drafting 60 new guys every year to try to take somebody else's job.
30 Europeans.
And exactly, and it's if I go to any high school in America right now and I say, hey, what you want to do? They're gonna tell me, oh, I'm going to the league. You know what I'm saying? The numbers show that you got less than a 1% chance of that happening. And so a lot of times, unfortunately, especially for black males, we end up in a situation where we put all our eggs in that one basket. That's our plan A, B, and C. And I'm not preaching from no high horse. I'm talking from experience. That was me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no vision of what I'm doing now with Actively Black, with Active Faith, with any of the businesses that I've started. It was NBA or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it took a career-ending injury to really, to be honest with you, sit me on my ass and bring a dose of reality to me that, man, this game could end at any moment. You know, for me, it happened 33 days after I signed my first NBA contract. But to be in this position as a founder, as a CEO, building businesses, being able to inspire younger black men that's coming up, looking at me, man, I feel like I'm walking in my purpose, man. And so, you know, the Olympics was something that, to me, helped validate the vision that I've been trying to tell people about, right? I've been trying to tell people, like, we can create stuff that can be global brands. Exactly. Most people don't really believe it because they ain't never seen it before. When you look up there and you see Actively Black on the global stage on the Olympics, how can you not believe that it's possible? Mm-hmm. It just happened, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
So when I seen them running, of course I'm looking at USA.
Yeah.
Of course I want USA to finish, but I'm seeing that green jersey.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the logo. I'm like, damn, bro, like,
Yeah.
this is one hell of a, like,
Yeah.
this is one hell of a thing to see somebody
major.
I know, like, personally.
That's major.
They logo
Yeah.
is on the Nigerian national team in the Olympics.
They
I'm watching USA
best
run,
athletes. Yeah.
but I'm looking, I'm like, man, they need to finish like top 4 so we can see that Actively Black. You know what I'm saying? So
All
that's
we
what
need
I'm
is somebody
thinking.
to get on the podium.
Get on the podium,
man.
go to
Need
the
one
podium.
person to
It
medal,
don't
man.
matter, but hey, look, it don't
Yeah.
matter if they ain't make the podium at
Fuck it,
all.
yeah.
I'm watching.
We
y'all
already
run.
made it just by
We
being
already
in there.
made it
Yeah,
just
being
by
in the
being
building.
there.
Man.
So man, hey, look, salute to you, bro.
Appreciate it,
salute
man.
to you for that, bro. That's a major accomplishment. I know you've been grinding, doing this for a long time, bro. And I salute you. You know what I mean? Just from knowing you, starting with the Active Faith. Yep. You know what I mean? Sending me packages back when I was with the Knicks. You know what I mean? I salute you, man. I rolled that wristband until it fell off. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you for that, bro. But like you said, the Sacramento Kings, you know what I mean, the career-ending injury. Yeah. A lot of people don't know it started at Hightower. Yeah. So we gonna go back a little bit. You know what I mean? We pop it off with the Olympics. Yeah. But we gonna give them the full story to how this all even came about. So Hightower, Lanny Smith. Give us a rundown on that.
Man, Hightower
back-to-back
High School,
state
man.
champs. I mean, not state champs, back-to-back state games.
Yeah,
back-to-back
we-
state
So
games.
state runner-up.
Runner-up.
Unfortunately, man, it still hurts me to this day, man. Junior and senior year, man, we lost a state, but man, I was part of one of the first classes at Hightower that opened up the school, man. I'm an old head. I'm class of 2003, and you know, we share a coach in common, Coach Greg Wise.
Shout out G Wise,
man.
man.
Shout out G, man. Not only for being the coach that he was, but a lot of people don't know, like, G Wise is like a father figure to me. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the household that I was in, single parent home. I met G when I was 10 years old. I was playing for the Houston Rockets Wiz Kids. Calvin Murphy.
I ain't never heard that.
Chad, that's way before my time.
Yeah, man. It was,
you said Calvin Murphy. When you said Calvin Murphy, I'm like, I know Calvin Murphy III. That's at Jack Yates.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. The youngin. That's at Yates. I don't know.
Nah, we're talking about the Hall of Famer Murphy, man.
Calvin Murphy III is playing at Jack Yates right now.
Man, there's no way.
Shout out Calvin Murphy III, Jack Yates High.
He was getting it in like that?
Third Ward High, we in the building.
Calvin Murphy's so good.
Man, Calvin Murphy, he created this team that was like the kid version of the Harlem Globetrotters. And he would have us perform at halftime of the Rockets games. And I tried out for the team and made it. And another Houston legend, you know, give him his flowers, Nick Wise.
Shout out Nick Wise.
He was on that team, and that's how I met Coach Wise. And, you know, he knew about some of the issues at home that I was struggling with, you know what I mean? And he really became like a father figure to me. So when it was time for me to go to high school, I was actually zoned to Elkins. But Coach Wise got the job at Hightower, and it was like, that's where I'm going, man. Man, we came in and made noise right off the bat, man. We was the #1 team ranked in the city, in the state as a new high school, you know what I'm saying? Beating up on everybody from Madison with VY. Y'all know Vince Young from being the legend on the football field. A lot of people don't know he was a hooper too.
I did not know
He was
that.
nice?
VY averaged 18, 20 points at Madison.
Yeah, so he did both.
I know that.
Yes.
He did both. I
did not know that.
I thought he was strictly quarterback.
The only reason I know that boy from
man, you gotta post some footage of your hooping,
VY,
man.
hey, by the way, VY, hey, look, we're gonna see you soon at this event, and I'm gonna ask you personally, can we get you in the chair? So when I see you, when we see you, don't think we running down or we want your autograph. Nah, we trying to get you in the chair.
Yeah.
Then we go get your autograph.
I would love to see his hooping shit.
Nah, man, and then you know, I was coming up under TJ Ford, Daniel Ewan, Kenny Taylor, Willa Ridge. You know what I mean? That was the Ridge was everything. That was the first team that I saw from Texas that had national recognition. And TJ and Daniel, they was McDonald's All-Americans. And so I really, as a point guard, I looked up to TJ. That's who I wanted to play like. That's who I wanted to be like. So to be able to come in a Hightower, follow them up, they went to state back-to-back. They won. We went to state back-to-back and lost. But, you know, we made a lot of noise, you know, for Mo City at the time. And, you know, Coach Wise went on to Jack Yates and won and ended up winning state and some national championship.
I'm gonna ask you this. It's funny because y'all boys was running the press. Of course.
Start to finish.
The boys we ran the press against y'all.
That shit didn't work on us.
They've been running the press since 03.
That shit don't work on us.
They've been running the press since 03.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I'm gonna ask you also too, because I know this is one of your, you know what I mean, probably one of your career changing moments in high school. Down 30, regional semifinals game. Down 30. It's the Lanny Smith show after that, second half.
Man, they used to call me L Boogie. You know what I'm saying?
What?
And I was always a pass first point guard, but when it was time for me to take over a game, that's what I did.
We down 30, I gotta get going.
Right,
so
I gotta get going.
You gotta understand, like my senior year, I win Houston Player of the Year. You got Indy Eby and Kendrick Perkins who go straight to the league.
I remember Indy Eby from Westbury Christian.
Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah,
remember
so you got two guys who went straight to the league out of high school.
You won Player of the Year over
I
there.
won Player of the Year in Houston that year. You know what I'm saying? So that just, I led the state in assists that year. Like I said, I was a pass first guy. But yeah, that was my senior year. We were playing Hastings. And my best friend, my backcourt mate, Mike Ume, man, shout out to Mike, man. He fouled out in the third quarter, man, and I was so mad at you when you fouled out, man. But I was like, man, we can't lose this game.
We can't lose.
And I just went into this other mode, took over the game, and led us on that comeback, and we went back to state.
So is it true, bro? Is it true after that game you took your shirt off?
Yeah.
You stood on the scoring table.
Because you know, Nice gonna find it.
Nice might be able to find that clip.
Find it.
I feel like I did the Kobe and just pulled my jersey to the side. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the streets, you know, I got ties in the mo. As you see, I got Mo City legends in front of me. I got ties in the mo. So I got a phone call, and they say, hey man, after that game, Lanny then took his shirt off.
Yeah.
fist pumping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mama crying.
Mama was crying.
Mama was crying. Like, it was an unbelievable experience.
I bet.
You know what I mean? I guess it's true.
Yeah.
We gonna call it true.
Nah,
then.
man, that was definitely a legendary night that I'll never forget. And my mom, actually, she's incredible. She would film every game.
Yeah.
So I got that tape.
Got that tape.
I got that tape.
You ever, how often you ever look at that mug?
Man, every now and then, man, I'll stay up at night and I'll go back and I'll look at games from middle school to high school, all of that, man, and it's just crazy to see the growth. But even some of the players that are in those tapes, like, you gotta understand, my first time playing against LeBron was in the 7th grade at AAU Nationals. I got that game on tape. And so it's always been funny to me when I've heard the outside noise on LeBron and early in his career. Everybody was wanting him to be like Kobe and be like Jordan. And I was like, yeah, I don't understand. This dude was a point guard. And that's who I was matched up against. But he was a point guard who could jump out the gym. So on the tape, you see him diamond out, but then you also see him getting all this over the rim in the 7th grade, right? So the funny story is, it was me, Indy Eby, Kendrick Perkins, we all on the Houston Hoops. The very next year, we checking in the hotel for AAU Nationals. LeBron and his team is standing outside the hotel, and Bron had grown 5 or 6 inches. Big Perk was like, yo, is that the same nigga? And I was like, yo, that's the same dude. And we knew then it was a wrap, because everything that you see, the vision, the handling, the playmaking, he had all that at 6'2", 6'3". Now you telling me that this dude can do this at 6'6", 6'7". We knew it was over. That was before the Sports Illustrated article that named him the chosen one. We already knew.
Seen it.
Yeah, so it's been amazing. You know, some of them nights when I go back and I watch some tapes, I'm seeing legends on these tapes, man. Yeah.
Shout out Mom Dukes, man.
Yeah, for
Shout
keeping
out
that. Yeah,
Dukes.
that's big time, man. So, you know, as we was talking off camera, man, I was just listening, picking up, you know, some things, and something that I kind of wanted to touch on with you, similar situation that I feel like I've been through is, you know what I'm saying, when, you know, obviously the path took a different route than we expected. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, things don't go as we thought. How do you, or what's your mindset of going from, man, this loss to Olympic state? Like, how do you, you know what I'm saying, how do you get the brand? How do you keep the perseverance? How do you keep yourself in that proper mindset to, you know what I'm saying, orchestrate this? Because, you know, people at home got to understand, y'all, like, it's not easy to build no brand. It's not easy to build no business. There's statistics, just like basketball's a lottery ticket, they say 90% of startups fail. You know what I'm saying? This is all shit that I know from, you know what I'm saying, doing my own little business place. So, you know what I'm saying, we got the catastrophic 2 micro fractures to active faith, which I'm just hearing it. I could see where it come from, because you had to have the faith. Like, you had to have the faith. You know what I'm saying?
That's the root of it all is my faith in God and believing that He had a purpose for me, even if the dream that I thought I was going to achieve didn't happen. It was my faith that, hey man, God still has a purpose for my life. That's what kept me like going. That's what pulled me out of the depression, because it looks like a nice story now, right? Oh, he got hurt, then he transitioned to active faith, then actively black, then he had the Olympics.
It ain't like it wasn't like, it was a lot of days in between.
A lot of dark nights,
man.
Dark nights.
When you going through it, like,
seem like it's going on forever,
bro. It was many nights I cried. It was many nights that I was angry with God, because I couldn't understand it. I was like, you gave me this elite level ability to play this game at an elite level, and it's been my dream since I was 5 years old. The injury happened 33 days after I signed my first contract.
I get here.
So it's like, it ain't even like I wasn't good enough to make it. It was like, you here and then it's gone. So I couldn't really, I couldn't understand why, you know what I'm saying? And so, but that's where faith comes in, man. It's like when you can't see it and you still trusting and believing that God's got your best interests at heart, that's where it came from. So I was telling y'all, I said this prayer. It was after the 2nd microfracture surgery. My leg was all bandaged up, and I literally said, God, if basketball is going to be taken away from me, I'm begging you to show me what you want me to do in my life. And whatever you show me, that's what I'm going to do. I literally talked to him just like that, and it was probably 2 weeks after that when the idea for Active Faith first came about. And really the premise was like, I wanted to create the faith-based version of Nike. It was like, over the course of my career, I met so many other teammates and opponents that their faith meant something. That was something that they carried with them on and off the court. For me, I prayed before every game. Before I stepped on the court, there was a prayer that I said. And so I was like, you know, there's no brand that speaks to this part of me or that speaks to this part of people. I'm gonna create that. And it took off immediately. I was sending the wristbands, you know,
I had one for sure.
It said active faith in Jesus' name I play. And how it first popped off was Jeremy Lin at the time, he was still in the G League when I sent him the wristbands. And he got called up to the Rockets. They cut him. He got called up to the Knicks. He at the end of the bench, the Knicks, they come to play the Rockets maybe 2 weeks later. We got up for lunch and I was like, man, let me give you these orange wristbands to match the Knicks uniform. He put them on, he's still at the end of the bench. All 3 point guards in front of him got hurt within that next week. That's how you got to Linsanity. Because all the point guards was hurt in front of him, they was forced to play him.
You know what? I think Melo was hurt too.
Melo was hurt.
Because when Melo came back, it was an issue with D'Antoni. Like, man, I'm not finna keep letting this nigga shoot these balls.
I can't just let Linsanity rock out.
Bro, it's like God cleared the whole way for that boy to let him step up and do his. That's amazing.
So when I tell you it's a God thing, it's like there's no way I could have predicted that. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I could have known that was going to happen. So that was the first thing that happened. Man, them wristbands sold like crazy because Jeremy Lin on the cover of Sports Illustrated, Time magazine, everything. He laying the ball up like this.
Wristband right on
right there on the wrist. Like, how can I plan that? You know what I'm saying? That's a God thing. And then, you know, my friend Steph Curry, he wanted to be a part of the brand. He invested some seed money into it, and we were talking about this earlier. At the time, he wasn't the Steph Curry that everybody sees him as now. You know what I'm saying?
People forget about them tough years he went through.
Bro, people don't know. Like, I said it the other day after he took over in the Olympics.
That was crazy.
I said, it used to be people used to clown him, now people are crowning him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, people was clowning him, especially on social media, about the ankle injuries.
The ankle braces.
Do we keep Steph or do we keep Monte?
Yeah,
I remember that debate.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was my experience of going through a career-ending injury and him going through a situation where, like, Grant Hill's the perfect example, right? Grant Hill was supposed to be that next one. Had the ankle injuries, the ankle surgeries, and it changed the trajectory of his entire career.
He was never the same.
Never the same, right? Steph was very close to being in that type of position. Yeah. And that's where we bonded, because as somebody who went through a career-ending injury, the prayers that we prayed during those nights where, you know, them questions like, man, am I ever going to be the same? That's where we bonded, you know what I'm saying? So then he becomes all-star, MVP, champion, NBA superstar, and he's wearing Active Faith every single game. You go pull up whatever picture you want, he's got an Active Faith wristband on. That's not something I could have planned, you know what I'm saying? That just came from a relationship that was genuine and just grew into what it has grown into. So yeah, man, I feel blessed and fortunate to be able to make this transition. But like, you ask how, and the crazy part about it is all of us are gonna face moments in our lives where we're gonna have to make a transition, whether you're an athlete or not. It's people in careers now where Google done laid a bunch of people off, Nike done laid a bunch of people off, where they're having to figure out, well, now what am I gonna do now, right? And one of the most powerful stories I heard was, Actively Black, we got to collab with the Muhammad Ali family. You know what I'm saying? So our next collab with Muhammad Ali family is coming out.
Keep getting better.
Amazing.
You know what I mean?
Muhammad Ali.
His wife was telling me the story. She said, have you ever heard the Muhammad Ali red bike story? I was like, nah, what's that? She was like, how Muhammad Ali started boxing. When he was a kid, him and his brother was riding a bike to the corner store. He had a red bike. Parked the bike, went in the store to get whatever he was getting. When he came out, somebody stole his bike. He was so pissed off. He was walking around looking for somebody to fight to see who stole his bike. Ran into a police officer. The police officer said, what's wrong? He said, somebody stole my bike. I'm gonna go beat him up. He said, well, if you want to go beat him up, you're gonna have to learn how to fight. It's somebody training people downstairs under this building. You should go see him. He went downstairs. That coach who was teaching people how to fight became his first trainer. That's how Muhammad Ali started boxing. So he talks about his red bike moment, something that he loved, that he lost, that hurt him, that he was angry about, ended up actually leading him to what became his purpose, what became what the world knew him as. If nobody ever stole his bike, who knows if we ever know Muhammad Ali as the greatest of all time like we know him to this day. So it was like taking those moments of heartbreak, of anger, of frustration, and channeling that into something else. That's really like, it ain't no secret sauce, it ain't no secret to it, but that's really what I did. You know what I'm saying? It was like all that energy, all that anger, all that everything it took for you to be who you were on the court, everything it took for you to be who you on the court is the same thing that it would take for you to be the CEO or to found the company. Them extra nights you had to get them shots up, that's me staying up late at night with my manufacturer till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? The work ethic, that drive of chasing something that even if nobody else can see it, you see it. So as athletes, we actually have it already built into us to transition into whatever the next thing is going to be, man. So, yeah.
I said that, man. I think as a professional basketball player, the route we got to take, the stuff we got to do, it makes the transition to entrepreneurship easy, bro. I'm not only my marketer, I got to take the calls. I got to come up with the script. I got to post, right? Like you need to do everything, just like you say. You got to go shoot, you got to go lift, you got to go run, you got to eat right. It's all the same stuff that you're doing in business. So, yeah, man. With that being said, though, you know, we're gonna switch gears a little bit. We like to kind of get people's top 5, man. So, you know, obviously we got a gap in between us.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah,
so,
hey, look, by the way, I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen yet, every top 5 that come on here, it go viral. Okay. So the people are gonna see this.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to think that whatever you say, it's not gonna get
it's gonna
get crucified.
Because at the end of the day, it's been so many amazing hoopers from the H that somebody gonna get left off a list regardless.
Were you gonna do Houston?
So yeah.
What we doing? What we doing?
Yeah, I'm just.
So I was gonna ask about the generation of hoopers from the H before us, because I know me, and I can only speak for myself coming up in the Mo. I think I kind of really got recollection of, like, I would say Tommy forward.
Okay.
I was. I'm saying that scene with my eye. You know what I'm saying?
I got Gil, Tommy, Gil from Gil.
For me, it would be Tommy. That's the first, like, damn, like, player I seen from the H. So, you know what I'm saying? Of course, my dad done told me about people in the 70s, 80s, 90s that I've never seen. But, you know, obviously I know I've heard you say TJ Ford. I heard you say Danny Ewing. I've personally never seen them play with my own eyes. I never got a chance. I was too young. So, you know, with that being said, man, give me your top 5 hoopers from your generation. At the H.
So, one, when I say TJ Ford, and I was sharing this with y'all, but I got to share this, you know what I'm saying, on the camera. Y'all got to understand, I went to ABCD camp. If you don't know what ABCD camp is, it's the best of the best. ABCD camp that's where Tracy McGrady got discovered. Kobe Bryant, like, you got to understand, it was a lot of guys that, when you're talking about the legendary game between LeBron James and Lenny Cook that happened at the ABCD camp, I was there, and the one thing that I remember one of the things I remember the most that had such an impact on me was you walk in the gym and you see all the past MVPs on a banner. And so you see Tracy McGrady, you see Kobe Bryant, you see these guys up there, and I saw TJ Ford as one of the MVPs of the ABCD camp.
Out the Mo.
Out most cities.
You know what I'm
saying?
This is what it is, though, Lanny. So we had a bunch of guys come on that wasn't from the Mo, and he felt like he was out the.
They been ganging up on me, bro.
He felt like we was ganging up on him. So now the last 2, D-House, Lanny, they been from the Mo.
Man,
so now
third boy been beating up on me,
and
man.
I ain't hating. Y'all do y'all thing, bro. I'm gonna let y'all get y'all shit out.
So that meant a lot to me, especially you talking about, like, on the East Coast, when you're talking about basketball. New York is known as the Mecca of basketball. So at the time, they didn't respect hoopers from the South. You know what I'm saying? They just looked at Texas as a football state. So when I'm
quick to call you a country.
All all that. A cowboy, all that. You know what I'm saying? Sebastian Telfair, he was good for that. Bass, he was always, man, you cowboy niggas, man, y'all don't know how to hoop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I would look at him like, yeah, that's TJ Ford up there.
Yeah.
He
from the A's.
From the A's.
He from my city.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so
And you can't see him.
So TJ Ford, man, y'all may not know this name, but the people from my era gonna know Carlos Hurt.
I know, yeah, Carlos Hurt. I never seen him play, but I hear a lot of people.
Man, I heard a lot of people say his name.
That's what D. Gibbs said.
Okay.
D. Gibbs said one of the best
Yeah.
dudes out the H is Carlos
Yeah,
Hurt. What
Carlos
college?
Hurt.
What college did
He
he go
from the
to?
SWAT. He went to Louisville. Got in some trouble. You know the story. You know the story.
Hey, Houston, man, listen.
Yeah.
What's up with us Houston Hoopers going to college and everybody getting in trouble? I'm talking about every Houston Hooper I know.
I know, I can put
including myself.
I can put my
I'm
hand
gonna start
up.
with myself.
Yeah.
So nobody don't think we ain't hypocrite.
Yeah.
I done got in trouble too.
I got
What's
in
up
trouble
with us
also.
in the H, man?
We gotta do better, bro.
We gotta do. Hey,
Young
Houston,
guys.
we gotta do better,
Young
bro.
guys out there, man. Y'all from Houston, y'all coming up. Sheldon Henderson. Hey, do better, man.
We gotta do better,
Y'all boys
bro.
gotta do better, man.
Y'all
Hey,
get
do
to
better.
school, man. Just
lock in.
Lock
lock
in.
in,
Lock
man.
in.
But Los, like, I'm sure now, even if you Google and look on the internet at the top ranked players in Texas at the time, every week it would change between TJ Ford and Carlos Hurt. Like, Los was like that, you know what I'm saying? Man, D. Gibb. I've known D. Gibb since we was in the 5th grade. Houstonians, Fondy, you know what I'm saying? He just always been a prodigy to me, you know what I'm saying? He was just always like, yo, this kid always been amazing, always.
So that's 4. That leave
That's
one
three.
spot.
That's three.
Is that 3 or 4?
He's at TJ, Carlos Hurt, D. Gibb.
Gibb,
Okay.
man, Rashard Lewis. That's before y'all time, but this is somebody who came straight out of high school.
I remember Rashard Lewis.
Another him and Los from the SWAT, you know what I'm saying? A-Leaf, they went to Elsick. And Rashard got drafted, went to the Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah.
Man, it's so many. I don't want to leave nobody out. Who I got? I got TJ.
You got TJ, Carlos Hurt, Rashard,
D. Gibb.
Oh, it's one spot.
one spot.
And,
It's just-
and I
it's
know,
a
and
lot
I
of
know
guys.
it's at least 25 people that could fit in that one
But
spot, bro.
I think I know who he about to say.
I don't know, man, because. All right. I'm just about to rattle off a couple names, man. I can't.
They get tricky, bro.
You gotta understand,
the top
like,
5 get tricky.
That last spot is
My
tricky.
boy BD, Larry Evans, who was my backcourt mate at Hightower, we don't go to that first state without him. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much publicity as I got, being player of the year, all that kind of stuff, like, BD was that guy, Larry Evans. So I gotta shout you out, man. I be seeing you, man. Jawan McClellan.
Yeah. J-Mac. Shout out J-Mac. He was my assistant coach at Yates. Yeah. Shout out J-Mac.
I don't think I've seen him.
He played at Bilby.
Man,
Milby.
I got it.
Oh, when Milby was straight, right? Yeah, okay. I remember that. I remember that
Undefeated.
era.
They went undefeated in one state.
I
You know what I'm
remember that era.
saying? Nick Wise.
Yeah. What about Tommy before Tommy? Everybody say Tack Minor was Tommy before Tommy.
Bro, so that's the one that I got to talk about, Tack Minor, bro,
Yeah.
because
I done heard your name a lot.
Yeah, we
I never
heard
seen you
Tack
play
Minor,
Tack Minor,
yeah.
but just from the amount of hoopers that I respect that bring up your name, you must have been nice. Like,
Had to be. Man.
Tack Minor. That's actually a very accurate description, Tommy before Tommy, because he was a compact guard who was extremely athletic, very quick. You couldn't stop him from scoring. Like, one of the most legendary games that I ever seen in high school was Tack versus D. Gibb at Jones. People was climbing up, trying to watch the game in them windows up. Like, it was
Were
crazy.
you there? You was there.
I was there.
He was in the building.
I was in the building.
Okay.
So Tack had 72 points, and D. Gibb had 55. Ask somebody from my era about that game.
I mean, Gibb came on here and talked about it.
Oh, okay.
He came on here and talked about
Do
it.
you know I'm not capping?
Yeah, he came on here and talked about
that
it.
nigga went for 72
in a high school game.
Bro.
So wait, so nobody else scored nothing.
I mean,
it ain't enough shots, right?
it
gotta
ended
be
up being
shootout
D.
every
Gibb
time,
versus
right?
Tack, and
That's
they
what-
was
and that's
and
what
they
they
was
made it.
going at it,
Yeah.
and they was going at it, and so, but Tack was my class, so me and Tack had this love-hate relationship, you know what I'm saying? Because people would ask, okay, well, who's the better point guard? Tack scored more points than me. I was more of a all-around guard that was a facilitator first, but could also score, right? So there was always this thing between us, but we never got to play against each other in a high school game. Open gym, open runs, findy.
Nothing official though.
Nothing official. So Tack go to LSU, I go to UofH. LSU on the schedule in Houston my freshman year.
Can't wait.
And all I'm hearing is, oh yeah, Tack coming back to the H. He gonna do this to y'all. He gonna do this to y'all. You gotta understand, LSU at the time, they got Big Baby. They got
what's the other dude? He went Lotto. Thomas.
Tasman Mitchell, Tyrus Thomas.
Yeah, I remember him.
This a Final Four team.
Yeah,
you know what
I remember him.
Bro, I was so heated that I'm from Houston, I'm at the University of Houston, and all week leading to this game, all I'm hearing is, yeah, Tack gonna come and do this, LSU gonna come and do this. So it's a sold out game. Man, I had 27 as a freshman against LSU. We won the game, and me and Tack was talking shit the whole game. I'm talking about it was one that I remember the most because even though it was a college game, it felt like one of them Houston games where you at Yates or you at Jones or and because it felt like it was just me and him, even though it's a college game because it's in Houston. We had our friends and family at the game, so that was dope. But Tack Minor, he don't get the credit he deserves. So Tack, bro, I love you, dog. You were a killer, man, and I want to give you your flowers, man. Tack Minor, man.
Shout out Tack Minor.
Shout out Tack Minor,
So
man.
what it sounded like to me when we gonna go TJ Ford,
Rashard Lewis,
Carlos Hurt.
I mean, are you going to order?
I'm just going order the way he went.
Okay,
so we're gonna go TJ Ford.
So is that the order?
It's not in order. It's just five.
It's just
It's
five. I'm just going out the five.
Yeah,
I remember
bet,
how he said it.
bet.
So we're gonna go TJ Ford, Carlos Hurt, D. Gibb, Rashard Lewis, fifth and final. Tack Minor.
Oh, but then you got Daniel Ewing, dog. You gotta stay home. D. Ewing is the first player from Houston that went to Duke. He was a McDonald's All-American. Like, I put it like this: if D. Ewing was at Duke in another era other than with J.J. Redick.
Oh, is that who he was there with?
Yeah, he was with J.J. Redick and Jay Williams. You gotta understand, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nothing but McDonald's All-Americans on that team, but y'all know how that offense was running for J.J. Redick. You know
and that's
saying?
how he played, right? Like, that's how he played. He played the same way as J.J. Redick.
Come on, man. Like, could shoot the hell out the ball, man. So I really feel like he didn't get his shine the way that he should have or his just due. So regardless of this list, D. Ewing, man, you always a legend to me. And he from Mo City, and he from Wooler Ridge, you know what I'm saying? So,
and he went McDonald's and went to Duke. That's live within itself. Yeah.
So bro, we just gonna pop it off since we talking about Houston, we talking about Hightower. You know what I mean? So coming from Hightower, it was a little buzz that North Carolina was recruiting you, and you were supposed to go to North Carolina. That
was my dream, man. That was my dream. I'm a Jordan head, man.
And then
so I wanted to go to.
And then you ended up going to UofH, staying at home. Give us a story on that.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I was recruited all over the country: Pac-12, ACC, SEC, Big 12, whatever you want to call it.
Typical Mo City story.
You know, and
that's how it goes, bro. That's how it be in the Mo, bro.
And my mom had a breast cancer scare towards the end of my junior year, you know what I'm saying? And just mentally, I had just lost my grandmother to breast cancer the year before. So I actually didn't take no visits except for UofH because I knew I wasn't leaving home. Like, I knew I wasn't leaving with my mama going through what she was going through, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I didn't leave the state of Texas. I didn't take a single visit. I knew I was staying home. And so there was a lot of people that knew I was getting recruited all over the country. So when I did my press conference and all that, a lot of people were shocked, and they was like, man, why you staying home? At the time, man, UofH wasn't winning no games. You know what I'm saying? This is far past the 5 Slamma Jamma, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no national recognition. And so, but I kind of felt a sense of pride, like being able to stay home and play with this jersey that said Houston across my chest. And then I was, at the time, after Clyde Drexler and Alton Ford, I was the top ranked, the most highly ranked player to actually stay home and go to University of Houston at the time.
From the age go to the yeah.
I'm driving down 45 and 610 and 59, and I'm seeing me on the billboards, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, to be a hometown kid from the H, and you see yourself up there with Houston across your chest, man, that was special. And then, you know, I was able to make the noise that I made. I still got my opportunity with the NBA, so yeah, being able to stay home was a blessing.
It all worked out. You go to North Carolina, they don't really got, like, we don't need to see you succeed. Like, UofH, we gotta, like, Lanny Smith gotta succeed at UofH. Out the city, we can't never get another good guard if he don't.
My mama got to see me play every single game, you know what I'm saying? And that was important to me, man, so yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, bro, nah, for sure. So, as we talk about Active Faith, I follow Active Faith a lot, bro.
Yep.
You know what I mean? What's the transition from Active Faith to Actively Black?
Yep.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, man, Active Faith is always gonna be my baby, man, because I also feel like it kind of saved my life in that moment where I was depressed and really in a dark place, not knowing what I was gonna do after basketball, you know what I'm saying? But over the course of building Active Faith, I had a lot of experiences that really caused a lot of internal conflict, man. I was hiding myself from the world knowing that I was the founder of Active Faith. If you weren't one of my friends that I allowed to follow me on my personal social media, you didn't know, because my personal social media at the time was private. You know what I'm saying? Anything that was on that Active Faith page, you didn't see Lanny the founder on there, because I was afraid that if the people saw it was a black man behind the brand, it would negatively affect the business. And I had multiple situations, you know, as you know, founder, entrepreneur, you wearing all these hats. I'm doing customer service, and a customer calls about their order, and like, you sound like you black. And I'm like, well, yeah, I am. Immediately asked for a refund.
Or a discount.
Man, I had a situation where there was an investment group that was writing in, inquiring about investing in Active Faith, go back and forth on email. We set up an in-person meeting. As soon as I walked into that room, I saw it on their faces. They were surprised that it was me. All of a sudden, they don't want to talk about investing in the company no more. You know what I'm saying? So, it was a lot of things like that that really messed with me and bothered me, because my parents raised me to be proud of my blackness, proud of my culture, proud of who I am. And here I was hiding myself from this successful business that I had built out of my mom's house. And that caused a lot of internal conflict. But Active Faith taught me how powerful it is to build an audience, to build a community, and to build product that's bigger than just the product. So I was sharing with y'all, like, we had people who was diagnosed with cancer who would send in emails and say, man, I was tired, I felt like giving up, but I wore my Active Faith shirt to chemotherapy today, and it was just a reminder to keep the faith and keep fighting. And stories like that was so powerful, because it let me know, oh, this is bigger than just another sports apparel brand or somebody. This is actually affecting somebody's life. And so the thought started creeping in my head, if I can build this for the faith-based community, can I build a brand like this for the black community, for my people? And I put the idea on the shelf, and then 2018, the movie Black Panther came out. And that was my first time really seeing a black superhero on the big screen that way. And seeing a superhero with skin like mine, with hair like mine, seeing the way the black community, the diaspora of the black community came together around that film. I remember walking out of the theater and I said, I want to create a brand that makes my people feel the way that movie made us feel. And that was kind of the first seeds that was planted for Actively Black. And then I moved to LA 6 months before the pandemic hit. And we all experienced 2020 from our own perspectives. But after the murder of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, I saw Nike, Adidas, and it's not just them. It was a bunch of corporations that started
Black
coming
Lives
out.
Matter.
Yeah,
Black Lives Matter.
It was
Trying to take advantage of it.
Just Black Lives Matters in general.
It's trying to take advantage of it, but
Black Lives Matter.
a lot of lip service, but not much.
Yeah. All these promises about what they were going to do for the black community, and I felt like it was performative. I felt like it was part of new marketing strategies, and that was really what forced me to take that idea off the shelf. And I was like, man, it's time for us to stop asking for a seat at the table and to build our own table. That was the idea behind Actively Black, that we were going to build the black Nike that could, when you think about, especially as athletes, we know when you think about Nike, when you think about Adidas, when you think about Puma, when you think about all these brands, how much have they been able to build their brands off the backs of black talent?
They whole brand.
Black culture.
Nike,
black
they whole
consumerism.
superstars is black.
So what happens if we ever have a black-owned brand that has the same type of quality, and we can build that brand, and now black talent can help build a brand that's black-owned, and then we can give back to the black community in the way that the black community deserves. That was the idea behind it. And man, I just put my head down. We was on lockdown in LA in the middle of COVID, and I launched Actively Black on Black Friday, November 27, 2020, and it's just been a snowball. Just took off since day one.
Man, the pandemic had a lot of hustlers on their shit, man. A lot of people did a lot of great things in the pandemic. I know a lot of y'all boys in the H was doing what y'all was doing and going to camp, but a lot of us was in the lab working on stuff, you know what I'm saying, coming up with new ideas. That type of tragedy or pandemic is a breeding ground of opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You can easily you got too much time. Yeah. It's like, I felt the same way like you. I was like, am I really about to waste all this 5-6 months of doing nothing? Like, when am I gonna have this much time to develop something? Right. You know what I'm saying? So pandemic was a great time, man.
Yeah. And I would say, you know what I mean, I've been following you, bro. I've been following everything, you know what I'm saying? It's just amazing to see the growth and, you know what I mean? I didn't really know you while I was at UofH.
Yeah.
Seen your face a lot.
Yeah.
But just from you being able to, you know what I mean, bless me with, hey, bro, I'm proud of you. I'm about to send you something. Yeah. You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I mean? I'm walking around proud. People are complimenting me, everything. So, like, just to see the growth and where you at now, bro, and just watching the Olympics and seeing your brand on the Olympics. You know what I mean? On the Olympic team. It's just, I'm just gonna go back to that because like we can't just skip past that, bro. That's a great accomplishment. And this is what, 10 years?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's 3 years for Actively Black. Yeah. But you know, I've been in it, well, shoot, if I launched Active Faith in 2010, it's what, 14 years?
Yeah, you've been there 15
Man, almost 15 years, man. But you bring up something, you know, about the University of Houston connection that is also a funny story because me and Coach Sampson still laugh about it to this day. So Coach Sampson was one of the coaches that was recruiting me out of high school. He came to Hightower, he came to Mo City, you know what I'm saying?
Was at Hightower. Shout out Coach Sampson.
And Hollis Price and Quantas, they were the backcourt at Oklahoma at the time that just took them to a Final Four. He was recruiting guards to come in to replace them. And that was one of the visits that I didn't take, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was staying home. So when Coach Sampson got the job, when he got hired at University of Houston, I was there the day for the press conference and everything like that, and I went to go congratulate him. He was like, yeah, I remember you turned me down when I was at Oklahoma, you know what I'm saying? But so we laugh about that all the time, but one thing I do gotta do, I mean, I gotta give a shout out to Kelvin Sampson, Lawrence Sampson, Kellen Sampson, the entire staff over at the University of Houston, man. What y'all have done to bring the program back to this national prominence is amazing. It gives the whole city pride, you know what I'm saying? When you see Houston on that national stage.
Man, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable seeing it because when I go back to the games now, you know what I mean? We was at Hofheinz. Yeah. Anybody can walk in the gym. Yeah. Anybody. I'm talking about when you could just say no dot, they gonna let you in, no ticket. Now you can't walk in without getting harassed, bro. And that's just to see, like, I'm walking in, they like, hey, where your ticket? I'm like, bro, y'all don't even know.
Man, come on, like, it's dot. Yeah.
Like what? Like, I played here for 2 years, bro. I got drafted from here. Yeah. But it's just like that, though. It's like the level of, you know what I mean, the level of impact that UofH has taken, and then Coach Sampson and the whole staff is just made it to where the organization is unbelievable. Bro.
Yeah. The way they invite the old players back. Man, I didn't play for him, and he invited me back. Like I go there
every day. Man. I work out at UofH every day. I eat at UofH every day. Man. I lift weights at UofH every day. I shoot at UofH every day. You know what I mean? So what they doing, they changing the whole dynamic of everything, bro. And with that being said, bro, I know you told us something right before, but I couldn't really grasp what you were saying. I was asking you, how did you get the Nigerian plug in the Olympics?
Yeah, man.
Did that happen at UofH?
Man, shout out to University of Houston, man. Changed my life, man. So a friend of mine, Seun, Adigun, I gotta shout her out. One, because she's also a living piece of Black history. She is the only African in the history of the earth to compete in both summer and winter Olympic Games. So Seun was running track at the University of Houston when I was playing basketball at the University of Houston, and you know how it is with the athletic program, and you just become friends with people that just throughout the
Study hall and all kinds
And
of
then
stuff.
UofH got that one facility. I bet at that time y'all had the one practice, the one athletic center. That's it. What you see now, it was just the athletic center. And
every team got their own facility now. It wasn't like
one, everybody.
So, you know, just our friendship and our relationship over the years, you know, she has become part of the Nigerian Olympic Committee, and she reached out and she was like, man, we're Actively Black, we're interested in being the sponsor and for the Olympic Games. And I was like, man, I can't turn this down. You know, I'm telling people I'm trying to build the Black Nike. I'm telling people that we could build a Black-owned brand that is a global brand. What better stage to show and prove than the Olympics? You don't get no bigger than that. You don't get no more global than that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out to Seun. She's here in Houston. She's a chiropractor. You know, so shout out to her, man. She's amazing.
Big shout out. Huge shout out.
Huge shout out.
Not even,
And then just being from the H, you know that this is like Lagos, America. You know what I'm saying? It's a
shout out that boy T Nice. T Nice. Shout out T Nice.
Shout out that boy Henro.
Shout out Henro, man. Shout out Yemi. All y'all Nigerians out here.
Come on, man. Keem Olajuwon.
Keem
You know what I'm saying?
All y'all boys out
The
here in
Nigeria-Houston connection
sure.
is deep, man. So it's a dope experience, and like I said, it still hasn't fully hit me yet. But the next Olympics in 2028 is in LA.
See what I'm saying?
And
you already we locked in. We already locked in. It ain't no question.
That's live.
And hopefully them Nigerian boys get right, and they can be on that court hooping with the Actively Black.
But here's the thing, it's not gonna just be them, because one of the opportunities that's come out of this is other African nations are now like, oh, we want Actively Black to do our stuff too. So
It's the man. I've been telling him about the Jones effect. I don't know if you know about it.
Talk to me.
All right, man. You know me, Chad. You know what listen. Look. All right. So you need somebody, one famous or important person, to embrace your shit.
Yep.
And then what happens is other people in those certain positions like, oh damn, what am I missing out on? Why did Nigeria get with Actively Black? I'm Cameroon. Shit, I need to get with them too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would imagine just that's how the world works. Yeah. One of them African countries outside of Nigeria gonna want you to tap in with them.
I mean, for it to be Nigeria, for that to be the first one, I mean, that's the most populous country in Africa. You know what I'm saying? And the Nigerian population, even outside of Nigeria, you know, whether it's in the United States, whether it's in Canada, whether it's in the UK, it was in London, you know what I'm saying? It's deep. So, man, that's one that's opening even more doors even after the Olympics.
2028 in LA.
Fuck around and have a couple nations in there rocking. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, we speaking into existence.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be at the next Olympics somehow.
We all gonna be
in the building.
Yeah.
Hey, that's just
somehow,
too
some
live.
way.
I gotta explain.
I don't care if y'all gotta be temporary Actively Black style.
We in the building.
We
in the building.
Yeah.
But nah, man. So we got a staple here on Ur.Perspectives. We got a staple. We have to do this. We have to hear it. You gave your top 5 in Houston.
Yep.
Now, Lanny Smith, the CEO of Active Faith, the CEO of Actively Black. Yep. We need your top 5 of all time. Top 5 basketball players of all time.
All right, Michael Jordan.
Off real.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just put that. Let's go ahead and put that to the side. It might be a lot of people who think I'm biased with this one because that's my boy, but at this point, especially after what he just did at the Olympics, I feel like I gotta put Steph Curry in there. I don't know who has done what he's done as far as not only changing the game, but performing at that level on those stages in those moments like Steph Curry. So I'm putting Steph up there. I'm putting Bron up there. Yeah. Like I said, my perspective on LeBron has always been different because I saw this kid in the 6th or 7th grade, and I thought he was special before the growth spurt. So like I said, once he grew 5 or 6 inches, and I was like,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? But even more so than that, you got to understand that people was grown men was calling him King James at 14 and 15 years old. So not only what he's accomplished, how he's accomplished it, but he's had the pressure of the world on his shoulders since he was 14, 15. Most people don't live up to them expectations. He has surpassed that, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, like, for him to even be in the conversation when they talking about who's better, LeBron or Michael Jordan, that's crazy to even be in that conversation for somebody who grew up watching Michael Jordan, right? For somebody to be saying, man, people are arguing if I'm better than Michael Jordan, and that's who I grew up trying to emulate. That's insane, you know what I'm saying? And the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. When we saw Kareem's record, I thought that would never be touched.
Never be touched.
So, well, who I got? I got Mike, I got Steph, I got Bron.
Gotta get a big somewhere.
Man, I'm going.
Oh, you gonna get crucified, right?
You gotta get a big.
I'm going Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon.
You got the jersey on.
I think that he is the most underrated legend maybe in the history of the game. He doesn't get what he should. Because when I hear bigs, we hear Shaq. We hear Shaq.
Yeah.
We
Will
hear
Chamberlain.
Kareem.
Yeah.
We don't hear Hakeem Olajuwon. When you think about what Hakeem was doing, when he was doing it, he was before his time. You're talking about a big man with guard footwork, you know what I'm saying, that was destroying people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going Hakeem.
That's 4.
That's 4.
We need one more. This is where it get tricky.
Now you got one
This
spot
where it
and
get tricky.
it's 8 names.
Yeah, this is where it get
This where it
tricky,
get tricky. Yeah.
All right, so as a point guard, man, damn, but who am I leaving out?
A lot.
You already got 4. You already got 4. You already got 4. And one's nice, clip it up. What you say, Win?
Yeah, it's over.
Once he clip it up, it's over. It ain't no going back.
It's over. But I will say though, I'm gonna let you think a little bit. And I'm gonna jump in. I think Hakeem Olajuwon get a little bit forgotten because he was sandwiched in between Jordan. So we got the Jordan 3-peat on this side, then we got the Jordan 3-peat on this side. So it's like they almost be like F them 2 in the middle, which is janky. They shouldn't do that, but we romanticize Michael Jordan so much
Forget about King.
that we just act like them 2 don't even exist.
1000%.
You know what I'm saying?
If there's one thing I wish that we could have seen was MJ not retire. One, because I feel like if MJ didn't retire, we wouldn't even be having no conversation about who was the best.
You think he would have won 8 straight?
8 straight?
No, because I think Houston was going to get at least one of them.
You think Houston could have beat Mike?
I think Houston was going to get
at one
least
time
one
in
of them.
We would never know.
Yeah, we never know.
We would never know. That's
good topic
crazy.
though. Yeah,
That's
good
a
topic.
great topic.
But also when you look at Mike's numbers, it's like he retired at the peak of his game.
Yeah.
Like it ain't like he was like falling off.
Really twice, right?
Yes.
Really twice.
So if he played them years through,
Yeah. He could have caught Kareem maybe.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The conversations may be different on that.
Way
end.
different. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go just because of the impact he had on me as a point guard. I'm gonna go Magic.
Man, but don't say it like that. Like it's like a sympathy pick. Like Magic is elite, right?
Of course. But what I'm saying is so many people that I'm leaving off the list that I could put there.
Plug Magic in.
The reason why I'm saying it is
Magic to me is concrete top 5. Like I got him in my top 5. He's concrete. Like
Nah, bro.
he's concrete.
You're not about to sit here and get me to believe that. That's where we split. That's where we go different directions.
That's where we go different
Magic
directions.
not on my. You know why Magic not on my joint?
Why are you gonna say
Because
that?
he can't shoot.
That's not true.
That's me.
That's not true.
That's me. That's why Magic. So that's my.
You ever played 2K?
Not with Magic.
No, I'm just saying, have you ever
I
played
have
2K?
played 2K.
All right, next time you get on 2K, pick the all-time Lakers and then listen to what the commentators be saying.
I'm not
Be
shooting.
like, Magic Johnson, 52% career shooter. Like, what?
What he won
wasn't
for?
shooting.
What he
was
won?
like-
3 for 6?
He was doing the baby hooks. He was
Come
doing the
on,
running
bro.
hooks. For sure.
I'm not
He
saying
wasn't shooting no jumpers.
he's
but
not a Steph Curry.
I'm just saying that's me.
He's not a Steph
you see,
Curry.
I still put him in my top 5.
But
I'm
he
saying-
changed the game just as much.
All I'm saying is
You know
that's
what I'm
what
saying?
we. That's what
Niggas
we,
wasn't
that's
coming
different.
down. Listen.
That's why I differ with you. That's all I'm saying.
I'm biased because I'm big point guard, so Magic, like, that's who I was like, that's who I wanted to be like. That's why I'm
just
looking
saying,
at
that's
Magic.
All I'm saying is that's why we differ.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Because Magic Johnson would never
Fuck it.
touch my top 5.
Yeah, you crazy.
Top 5
saying
point
that.
guards, maybe.
Hold on. Who you got in your top 5?
Some crazy, just insane.
Hey, Chad.
Let's hear it.
Because Because
Chad, he don't know?
because I could hear the argument, but like you saying like Magic can't touch my top 5 real strong. So
I'm
I need
saying
to
he
know like what is your
You
top
wanna hear my
5?
top 5?
I need to hear it.
All right. So, my top 5. Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Bron.
Yep.
By the way, you left this guy out. Kobe Bryant. KG. Shaq. That's my top 5. Kevin Garnett and Shaq. By the way, I'm not gonna crucify you.
what I'm saying?
Hey, win.
You feel,
Win, let me get this off though.
You feel
Win,
what I'm saying though?
Win,
Like,
don't argue my top. All I'm saying, I'm not gonna crucify him.
Yeah.
He didn't say Kobe.
I don't got Kobe on my
This
top
what I'm
five.
saying.
No, I don't.
This what I'm saying.
I can't. That's why I can't listen. When he talk to me, I can't listen. When he talk to me, I can't listen.
This
about
is
who.
my validation.
Sorry.
This is my validation for not having Kobe in there.
Talk to me.
Everybody I named in my top 5, there was nobody before them like them.
He a carbon copy. How can a
We've seen Kobe before.
so what I told him?
So that's taken away from how fucking nice he
No,
was.
not at all. But I'm saying we've never seen Steph Curry before. We've never seen LeBron James before. We've never seen Hakeem Olajuwon before. We've never seen Magic before. We've never seen that.
So you're gonna say, just because I took somebody's game that was a great and I implemented it to my game and now I'm a great, that I can't be a great?
Nah, it's
that make sense to me.
It's really very simple like this.
It just ain't enough. It ain't enough slots. It's only 5 slots.
The top 5 to me should be, you got to be number 1 at your position. So Kobe as the second best shooting guard is not better than the first best power forward. That's how I look at it. Like,
Okay.
you feel what I'm saying?
I respect that logic.
You feel what I'm saying?
I
So
respect that logic.
in mine, I
course,
basically
y'all
got.
from Mo.
I got.
Okay, but hold on. Why do you put KG in front of Tim Duncan?
So you want to know why?
Yeah.
Just like you say, it's a personal thing.
Okay.
So for me, it's a personal thing. KG was a dog.
Yeah.
KG talked that shit. I wear number 21 because.
I was finna say, just say what it really is.
I wear
Yeah.
number 21
Yeah.
because KG wore
right.
number 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
He made a.
But you acknowledge that he's not a top 5 player.
No, he's a top 5 player.
No, he's not.
He's a top 5
No,
player.
he's not.
You can put him on the court with anybody. He's a top 5 player.
No, he's not, bro.
We ain't gotta argue it.
I love.
It's on pen and pad. It's on
KG.
Nigga,
I
John
love
Lucas
KG.
called me Lil Ticket. I love KG. You talking to Lil Ticket, but I'm serious. That's what John Lucas called me at the camp. You know that. But on some real nigga shit, you know he not top 5. Come on.
I'm not sitting.
Come on, T.
I'm not agreeing with you when my shit is solidified.
Okay, let me ask y'all something. What's the criteria? Because are you measuring rings? Are you measuring like stats? What is?
And I don't know what he measuring.
Look.
Bro, I have to tell him all the time it's a pie.
So when I plug in KG, when I plug that in,
Yeah.
I think that's one of those, like you say, active faith is your baby.
Okay.
And you're gonna be always by it.
Yeah.
You can't tell me KG not in my top 5.
Yeah.
You can't.
But you acknowledge he not better than Tim Duncan.
I think he's faker than Tim Duncan.
How?
I just think he's
I got
nicer.
5 chips.
I just like the rah-rah.
So
I like that.
So I told him it's like a pie, right? It's chips, it's all-stars, it's all NBAs, it's impact, it's longevity.
It's not one thing.
It's
It's
a pie, bro. It's a
sitting-
lot of ingredients.
We're sitting on the session of your perspective.
Yeah.
This is my perspective. You're not changing my perspective.
and
man.
I'm not trying to, but
This is Kevin
Shaq,
Garnett. He's in there.
My role up here is as your logical person to give
I'm being
you
logical.
to give you some real talk. We all know KG ain't top 5, but I like him because he wear number 21.
Hey, KG. Holla at me, bro. I love that. I love to have you pull up, man.
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Yeah.
KG, man.
Man, with that being said, I know we got to get wrapped up, man. Nice, I don't know how we looking on the time. That's episode 10. We in the building, man. We got my man's Lanny Smith in here.
CEO.
Okay,
hey, by
yeah.
the way.
Y'all make
by
sure
the way,
y'all-
make
Hey,
sure
man,
y'all
hold on, where
tap-
my shirt
Can-
at?
Hold on, can we?
Yo, can
we do this?
Man,
I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you do it.
Hey, somebody
Yeah,
give me my
shout-
shirt,
yeah,
bro.
shout out, man.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out
might
my
be a
man,
Leo in
dog.
this tomorrow.
Hey, look, actively back. I got mine first. We got it first in hand from the CEO himself. Y'all boys waiting on y'all packages. We got it right here.
So this right here, this, for the city, you see it, you know what I'm saying? That's still representing the H,
rock
University of
this.
Houston, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's a little collab we
Hey,
did
for the
with
city.
them.
Hey, I want to know if you know who popped that off.
Talk to me.
Galen Robinson.
I believe that.
He was running around.
Shout out to G.
Shout out to G. So
Is
we
that
run-
who- is
so-
that- is
so
that
we
who
was
he
running
came
around-
up with that?
So we was running around school when he was there. He man for the city. for the city. And then they just took over with it.
Since then.
And then UofH just hashtag for the city.
Man, shout out G. He also has a clothing line, man. Y'all gotta support G, man, what he's doing. Yeah. But we also got this collab with the Houston Rockets.
That's elite right there.
Rockets.
Winter coming up too.
Come on, man.
By the way, the quality and the material feel amazing.
Is awesome.
Yeah, this looks like something you get your sweat on in.
You put it on and you don't want to take it off, man. Actively black, man. I love what you're doing, bro.
Engineered to endure.
Man, I gotta get me. Hey, look, mate. Hey, when you
man,
get
that's
after
what's
this,
up, bro. That's real.
I don't know if you got my address, but man,
I got you.
Yeah,
we need all that.
That's what's up, man. Get you one more time, baby.
Sure.
That's live.
Nah, Lanny, though, man, it means the world to us, bro. Appreciate you for pulling up, man. I know you're a busy guy, dog.
Come on, man. Y'all, this is family, man, and this is home. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be back more often as I was sharing with you. We moving our warehouse to Houston. Yeah. It's gonna let me create some jobs, you know what I'm saying? In Houston, hire some Houstonians, you know what I'm saying? Put some money in their pocket. So, man, thank y'all for having me, man.
Yeah. Shout out Ur.Perspectives, man. Episode 10, we out of here.